Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday night. You have, of course, tuned into MATCHFIT Entertainment. And once again, on a Thursday night, as always, and it's been a minute, we are here with the Asrnz boys for the 2026 GT3 World Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Shakedown tonight, just to get these boys and the comms team up to speed with everything going on in 2026 with Asrnz. I'm Davo, and as always, J-Man right by my side. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, evening, Davo, evening viewers. Welcome back, as Davo said, to a Thursday night. Great to see the Asrnz boys back on the calendar, and should be a pretty ripper series. They've been hard at work behind the scenes in the off season, so few different things that we haven't seen. Obviously, trying some stuff that I guess the game wasn't really prepared for. But look, the good people at Race Command and admin have been hard at work. So tonight should be a good chance to, as David said, shake things down, including ourselves. But this is a 12-round series.
That's right.
This is the shakedown. Obviously, you will see it very shortly as Davo just fires a Red Bull and a coffee down to all the camera guys because, look, just a different time zone at the moment for those guys, and just need to wake them all up and get ready. The quali has started. No laps recorded yet, so just hang in there, peeps. We'll get a picture to you very shortly. But as I mentioned, 12 rounds. And the differences this season is this 6-minute, I guess it's a one and done situation for the quali. The drivers love it or hate it. It's what they've got, and they've got to do the level best with that one lap. And then they go into what'll be a 20-minute sprint race for race one, and then the server resets, and it is a grid reset from finishing positions from that sprint race for the feature, which will be a 50-minute race, compulsory pit stop. I'll give you some more details around those pit stop requirements when we embark on that 50-minute feature. However, Liam Curran is in the server. He is back racing with Asrnz, as is TFAM as well. And I can tell you, Liam Curran's just banked a very, very nice 130.705 over TFAM's 130.717. So it's tied at the top already. Nev Shields banks time in there to see him provisionally look like a start off the second row. But you can see it up there. The calendar is there. We are going to go round one at Spa. So off to Belgium first, and then Nürburgring GP. So for round two, that'll be cool. And then Silverstone, obviously lots of European tracks to follow. So pretty excited about that. Pretty excited about the skin pack too, Davo. I know you and I really like this time of the year when we see
we do.
The artists come to work, and normally, traditionally, mate, you and I tend to agree on the paintwork. We quite often vote for a best skin of the season, and historically we've normally given something away. We'll have to see what that looks like this year. Obviously, a lot of sponsors on board now with MATCHFIT Entertainment. We may have to lean on a couple of those guys if they like what they see. So. But I've already got one in mind, and I'm not going to say too much to my good mate Davo until he really maybe has a good look through the field.
Well, look, and to be honest, I literally, and this is what shakedowns are for, aren't they, J-Man? I literally jumped in the server and went, hang on, I don't have a skin pack.
Yeah. Look, if you were here earlier, you would have seen a little bit of banter about MATCHFIT was going to impose fines to anybody that didn't turn up in the correct skin. Now, clearly we can't do that anymore.
No.
When the race producer, the broadcast producer and director turns up a little bit gun-shy. So we'll leave that one well enough alone for now.
We will. Thank you.
We'll give you a pass as well, mate, because I really do know how busy you've been lately. Obviously, MATCHFIT Entertainment off the back of a very successful Phillip Island 500, only number of days ago. We're broadcasting Mondays, Tuesdays, now Thursdays. So I do know how busy yourself and our artists and everybody else behind the scenes is. So
Absolutely.
you get a free pass, Dave.
I got a free pass, and I get a free beer with it. And so it's happy days, ladies and gentlemen. Look, J-Man, thanks for giving the viewers a bit of a rundown there on what is going on here for this series here, the 2026 GT3 World Challenge from Asrnz. This is the Shakedown. We're all having a bit of a shakedown, Davo included, but we are here, as always, delivering on a Thursday night in with some ACC content, J-Man, and yes, we are busy boys. We got a little bit going on, you know, a little bit of LMU, a little bit of iRacing, a little bit of ACC, and it's keeping us pretty busy at the moment. So yeah, look, let's get cracking again in 2026 with some ACC content. And look, we will thank all of our backers, J-Man. We must thank a few of the people we got working in the background. Obviously, our legendary artwork guy, Nick Firth. A few of the boys out here know Firthy, and what a legend. Obviously, the GAMAFLARE boys on board with everything MATCHFIT. Supercars NZ, big supporters of MATCHFIT in recent months. And obviously, Face TV, Sky 83, J-Man, another one of MATCHFIT's affiliates as well. What we do, I think I've got another one on the list here. Oh, Race Command, of course, which has put together this format tonight, kindly. So nice work from Geordie over there, getting all that jazz sorted, J-Man. Look, I think the boys are about to go green here, so we better get some action on track here. We need some footage.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The cars lined up and they do look pretty, and it's obviously going to give you and I an opportunity, I guess, first opportunity to really take a look at these things, I guess, in action. No better place to see this, the war paint that these guys have applied to these things, and you know, I guess they look their best when they're out on track, and
They do.
straight off the bat, T-Fam is rocking. I guess last season's car, so yeah, a little bit of a mark there, T-Fam.
Look,
mate.
Yes. Well, look,
we know it's fast. That's one thing we do know.
Well, yeah. Well, lucky for him. But look, I haven't had a chance to peruse the drivers on grid there. But look, healthy little turnout actually for a shakedown, J-Man. So it obviously we will repeat. Is just a little bit of a shakedown, so the boys make sure they got the skim pack installed. You know, just sort of come up with speed. It's been a couple of months break since the 2025, the final round for the Lightweight Cup, and obviously for the broadcast guys, Davo particularly, to get up to speed. So yeah, not a bad turnout, J-Man. 16 cars on track, pretty reasonable field. There's some hot contenders in there for tonight. 2-race format, like J-Man has explained. And the boys are about to go green here any moment. And this should be interesting. Where have we got? We still get helicopter. Hang on. Look, it has been a minute. I am trying to get my head just quietly. The control panel here. Just quietly. As the boys roll away for the formation lap, J-Man, full formation lap, as always, with Asrnz, with their ACC GT3 series. And look, we'll just scroll through and just check out a couple of these cars, looking stunning. Like you mentioned, J-Man, Jordan Moss, obviously, in the Race Command car. Steve Melling in the traditional green, white, and black Castrol colours.
I feel like that thing's just been a little bit spruced up, though.
It has. It's been zhuzhed. I think they're zhuzhed up.
It's almost Castrol jacked up on Mountain Dew.
There's a little bit of Mountain Dew. There's a little bit of Mountain Dew vibe going on there, J-Man. I must agree. Lee Perkins, obviously, Perko, not too far behind. Zach Jensen, Neville Shields, Steve Wilton. We got Damien Jones running the Wow, look at that car. I was going to say privateer Porsche, but now I do see a little bit of detail in that car there, and let's just get a closer look at that. Oh yeah, there's plenty of detail in that, but typical understated car from Jacques there. Damien Jones, Darren Green in the field.
Look at the Rothman's car. How
Phil
cool
Turner,
is that?
Joe Grimmer. Who is in that Rotham's car actually?
It's Darren Green. Darren Green in that.
Get a load of that, because look, I've got a bit of a soft spot for Rothman's livery. Rothman's or Martini, either, very similar, but very, very cool. And put it on a Porsche. Even better, J-Man.
Yeah. Obviously, Simo last season's or the last GT3 season's paint scheme winner, rocking that paintwork again. But take a look at Ash Dowell's TRD, old school Toyota-inspired Lexus, and I am a huge fan of that.
Oh, yes, baby. We love the Tokyo Taxi, and a lot of these boys representing, obviously, with Asrnz and MATCHFIT Entertainment and Race Command logos. And we are about to go green, ladies and gentlemen. Shakedown. Asrnz 2026.
And straight away, Damien Jones goes and makes it 3 wide in the mid-pack, but Liam Curran gets a nice clean start and a little touch-up between, I think that was the Red Bull car and...
Oh, yeah, so definitely Shane Frodo with a little bit of a problem there. Let's just see if we can get a bit of a replay on this start here.
What was going on there? It is settled down.
We don't generally do first lap replays here, particularly on ACC, but let's get a little bit of a look at this. And it was Shane Frodo just tagging the back corner of T-Fam's car, puts him around, makes contact in the process with Oscar and Steve Wilton and possibly Darren Green in the process, J-Man. So a little bit of a messy start from the boys, Greenies, and we were just calling that beautiful Rothman's car out, and look at it now, well damaged on the front as they crank it back up. Liam Curran out in front, J-Man. T-Fam lucky to survive that little tag there.
Yeah, he did
from Shane.
Get away with that one, and great opportunity there for Jordan Moss. He slots into third, and a wag of the tail from Lee Perkins and pulls it into the pit lane
immediately.
Yeah.
Does who's that just ticking in behind him there? Actually, J-Man, is that Shieldsy?
I think that's Shields and the Nelson Marine Aston Martin. So
getting the compulsory pit stops out of the road.
Yep.
Quick, smart, somebody else also sneaking in the background. So a few guys just thinking it's best to get out of that little melee there.
Yeah, Shane Frodo, obviously, with that horrible start, has decided to maybe get this one done. Obviously, this race sets the grid for the feature. So, you know, it is important to get a good position because there is no more qualies left. 0.9 is the margin now. T-Fam, can he run down? Can he run with Liam? It looks like he can at the moment. How much damage did that car get on it? Was a left rear quarter, so hopefully not too much aero impact on that car.
So, yeah, lucky. And I suppose, like you mentioned, Jordan Moss sneaking past that little exchange there, fortuitously putting him in third place. Steve Melling also. And obviously a couple of other drivers, Zach and Phil and Damien Jones also just sneaking past that little bit of a mess. Valencia, J-Man, look, probably not one of my favourite tracks to drive, but damn do I love calling it. It always provides plenty of action And I don't think tonight's going to be any different.
Yeah, so Jensen grabs that position off of Steve Melling there as they start coming through once again.
Yeah, so a little bit of a snaggy transition there for Melling. We're just picking it up on the replay there, J-Man, through that little flip-flop into that final complex of corners there. Very bumpy little exit on that corner on the ripple strip. Steven just having to grab a whole bunch of opposite lock and probably get off the throttle in the process and allowing Zach Jensen past. So, yeah, nice work from Zach there, just being right up, tucked behind Steve-O at the time. Phil Turner in 6, Kenny Simpson in 7, another that's taken advantage of obviously a little bit of a melee at the beginning of the race and clearly a few pit stops. So we've called a few guys already been in the pit lane for their official pit stop. It was Shieldsy, Lee Perkins and Shane Fotido. J-Man, as you guys can clearly see on the totem there, the green boxes on for the bottom 3 drivers, 14th, 15th and 16th. So
yeah, Nev Shields winning that battle on pit road at the moment, 58 seconds time through the pit. So that was a 29-second stop versus Perco's 34. Wilton just banked to 52 stationary, and obviously Fotido, a lot of damage on board. That car was stationary for 1 minute and 13 seconds. So that's a good looking car, and you'd expect no less from Steve Wilton in the 43 car. It does look very well put together, that paint scheme.
oh, absolutely.
Responsible for a fair bit of the paint work.
Like you were saying, it's to be expected that Farmer, aka Steve Wilton's car, is a fantastic looking car. Actually, where is he? Where is he on track here? Let's get an eyeful of this thing. Let's get an eyeful of this thing. Look at it, gorgeous looking car. So Wilton doing a stellar job and is the man that deals with all of the livery entries for Asrnz each season and always does a stellar job, J-Man.
Yep.
Good looking cars, look good looking field, 16 on track like we mentioned. This is the shakedown for Asrnz's 2026 GT3 World Challenge. Interesting breakdown on the series, J-Man, as well.
So the numbers in race are super hot, Dave. I mean, Liam Curran's best lap is a 30.3, and T-Fam's is a 30.6. That is full bore qualifying pace, mate. So the track's obviously gripped up a little bit, and the guys are comfy because those times are superior. I think pole was 30.707. So look at, sets the benchmark really in the race, doesn't it? These guys all fired up for the shakedown, and this is really just a good chance for these drivers to gauge themselves, the performances and the competition around them before they do get into this 12-round series. And mate, if anything to go by, Liam's sending a message right now
immediately.
To T-Fam and co. Obviously Fotido out of this battle so far by way of that little bit of incident with Fam at the start of this one, but yeah, bet that he'll work his way back through in the 50-minute feature coming up in the not too distant future. So well done to Liam Curran so far. Time is ticking already. We are already 7.5 is it minutes in?
Yes, J-Man. So yeah, time ticking quickly for the boys. No bucking around. Relatively short fire race, this one at 20 minutes. So no mucking around, no time to just get settled in, so to speak. These guys have really sort of got to be on their game immediately. Thankfully, just a shakedown. No points round for the boys tonight. Just getting out there, getting amongst it, just get the eye back in. Like we mentioned, it's been a minute. I think it was very early December since the boys have been out on track. So everybody just getting back up to speed. Ash Dial there with a little bit of an awkward exit out of the final corner there. Not sure what was going on there. Looks like the taxi might have had a bit of a flat right front there, not turning in as nice as he would want, and probably still struggling a little bit. So yeah, working on that is Nev Shields after an early pit stop. On fire. Back into 12th position. Perko behind. Wilton behind him in 14th. Green in 15th. And Florido well back in 16th position. J-Man.
Yes, and I was just trying to pick up. I just saw Darren Green come in to make his pit stop, and there was a car not too far behind him, and that would be Uncle Joe. So obviously unpit stopped. So a little bit to shake out in this one yet, as we see T-Fam comes in to make his stop. So it'd be interesting to see what the jack time is there. Obviously the best time so far is the 29 stationary, which is pretty damn efficient. And we'll go and have a look, Davo, at the info, okay, the rules effectively.
So Fam still on the jack. Zach Jensen actually with quite a ways back there. So it just took him a little while, as did Steve Belling there, just to sneak past Fam in the pits. And Fam just exiting now. J-Man, what do you got for us, my friend?
Okay, so pit stops, minimum requirements. Minimum total stop time must be 25 seconds for fuel, plus 5 seconds if taken. Tyres. So tyres are plus 5 if taken. So yeah, 25 plus 5. I don't know how that equates to 29 for Shieldsy. So I think maybe he just grabbed the fuel and it was a bit snaggy, or he grabbed the tyres as well and it was very impressive. But you wouldn't think they'll be taking tyres in the sprint race. So that's what it looks like. Unlimited tyres for the race weekend, which is something that we wouldn't normally see. But
definitely.
Look, I think given that they are requiring them to make a few more pit stops throughout the season, I think that's very, very cool. So there you go. Liam Current now has come in from the race lead, and we'll get just a look at those times. T-Fam was 28 seconds, so he has taken a minute mandatory minimum 25 odd seconds for fuel, and that's what it looks like, 28. So he's a second better off than Shields on the stops. The counter is on the timer at the moment for Zach Jensen and Liam Curran at the moment, also Ken Simpson. So we'll see what that looks like, because there was, I believe, about 1.6 or 1.8 seconds the difference between Curran and Fam. So often we say it's often won or lost on pit road, but he does it in 27, so he's a second better.
Going away, J-Man. Who else is in the background? I think that's Joe Grimmer. So another quick flurry of pit stop here with only a little over 8 minutes to run, J-Man. Like we mentioned, not a lot of time to take a breath here. These guys got to stay focused clearly on their pit stops, but also on the race. Obviously, unfortunate for Florido getting tangled up there very early. T1, lap 1 has put him on the back foot there a little bit. And in a 20-minute race here at Valencia, that is a tough gig. Who's actually I think it's Greeny. Yeah, the Rothman's car. Of course it's Greeny. Look at that thing. Gorgeous.
Steve Melling now in the lane. Jordan Moss still out there. He's leading this one. It's got 14 seconds over Steve-O, who's just pitted. And expect the leaders to come through. Jordan was in a nice position prior to these guys all peeling off. I think he was still sitting P3.
This the Melling car. Actually, we'll just get another. See if I can get a better shot of it. Yeah, probably not. But very much Mountain Dew vibes going on that Castrol themed car there. So yeah, stellar work. Well, and so what that's done is it's shuffled obviously what's going on at the top. Mossy has ended up in first in the Race Command 777 McLaren J-Man.
Yep. Steve Melling with a nice 27-second stationary time.
Very nice.
Well. So,
yep.
That'll see if Steve O'Well comes out provisionally. Telling me he's in P8 with obviously Moss, Damien Jones, Turner, Oscar, and Ash still to stop. So we'll see what that looks like. However, the battle.
Wow. They haven't got long, J-Man, to get this stuff done, have they?
Nah, 2.3 seconds the difference between Liam and T-Fam, and I just see there was that Liam having to put a move on someone there. Can't spot who that was actually. Oh, it looks like it might have been Ash.
That's the Toyota. That is the Toyota of Ash, Dial, J-Man. They have swapped positions. Let's just get a quick replay on that.
As Jones and Turner make the lane.
Yeah, Jones and Turner in, but I noticed Mossy stays out again. And look, this is why we love Valencia. Just look at that replay, ladies and gentlemen. That tricky little left-hander. I think it's turn 4 or 5 there, where they've just got a very late apex on that hairpin. Allows for two vastly different lines. And Curran able to sneak down there. J-Man, what do you got?
Perko is percolating on the back of Nev Shields right now. He is all over him. These two, as Stuart just mentioned, they've done well. And he pulls out the draft in the big GDR, the flying brick.
Yeah, but these guys, who's out of position here? Someone's out of position. Well, on my data,
they are fully in battle mode, mate.
And
Nev, little touch up on Perko.
So these guys are going at it. Perko showing down a position for some reason.
It wasn't Perko, it was Zach Jensen.
No, it's Jensen.
Sorry, mate.
Yep.
My data just shuffled around then too. Look at this four-way here.
But look at it. Look what's going on. And Kenny Simpson with the box seat here, J-Man.
Here's Oscar De Pastry. Grabs himself a stop-go. 30 seconds for a pit lane infringement. And look at Perko looking for the inside run here on Nev Shields. Zach Jensen's looking to check out. He doesn't want any part of that. Down the inside. Shields a little bit wide, but he's going to hold a nice sweeping line around the outside.
Slightest a mistake from Shields, but not the corner. You want to be stuck on the outside here, J-Man. Like I said, very bumpy exit on that one.
And a hungry Mustang in the back, a shot there. Kenny going to look to try and... he thought about it.
Put the pressure on. Put the pressure on, and rightly so.
Okay, what is happening up the front? It's 3.7 seconds, the difference now. Liam Curran over T-Fam.
And Kenny going again, J-Man, on the outside here into one. A corner that it's probably doable on. Shieldsy
straight back to the inside.
Shieldsy almost looks like he's struggling a little bit there, and Simpson passed J-Man. Nice 101 move there from Kenny Simpson, and nice and aggressive.
Yeah,
from the gentleman Simpson. So
Shieldsy, you'll respect it. I don't know if he'll appreciate it, but he'll respect what's going on.
True that, my friend.
Mossy in the pits.
Okay. With only about 2.5 minutes to go, no surprise, Jordan Moss in the 777 race control McLaren in the pits. Shieldsy, look, I don't think he has Simpson's or Perkins' pace here. Immediately dropping back from both the boys here. Only a few car lengths, but enough to be notable, although Simpson runs wide. And then runs wide again with a very clunky bounce off the first of the right hands. Just on that transition there, very difficult. Very difficult
Fields
start.
grabs that back.
Just get a replay on that. Just quietly before we get back up the pointy end. We are running out of time here, so just quick. This is what happened with Kenny Simpson. Bounces off, bounces in, bounces back onto the track, and Shields past J-Man.
Yeah, no, we did see that, Stewie. That's unfortunate. However, he's pressing on. He's making the most of what he's got underneath him. And it's actually giving us some entertainment with the battle with Simpson. And who is that?
Oh,
that's
that's Wilton.
Car of Farmer.
That's Wilton off.
Okay, what is going on? So Farmer is effectively, yeah, he's in 16th.
Yeah, he might have just been letting the boys go past there. He's obviously found himself well out of position.
Okay, time is running down. This will be the white flag this lap as Liam crosses the line with around 46 seconds to go. So the front three really checked out, Davo. So that is Liam Curran, T-Fam and Jordan Moss have really made the most of this opening sprint race and have around about 18 odd seconds back to Steve Melling, who has done a nice job there battling. You did see earlier Zach Jensen grab Steve Melling, but Steve-O's stop, super efficient. I mentioned that he was 27 on the jacks versus Zach. That's a mouthful, Zach. 36 seconds stationary, so the better part of 11 seconds difference on the overall there. So that is why Steve-O is out there in front, because Zach did get him out on track, but he's a wily old fox, as Steve Melling's been doing this a minute.
He has, J-Man, but boys, on the final lap, Liam Curran, no mucking around here, just has not looked back, J-Man. Good, tidy start, got out in front of that little exchange that went down between T-Fam and Shane Fonato there in T1. So really didn't get involved. That T-Fam actually lucky to come out of that unscathed as well, as they just roll through the final corner here. Liam Curran leading the way here in what is basically the heat race here. Race 1.
Yeah, good work and nice recovery here from Shields. He started making the gap back up to Perko, but well done to Curran over Fam, over Moss. That is your podium. Steve Melling rounding the final corner out to grab a solid 4th position. He'll be pretty happy about that. I think
I would expect so, J-Man.
Put them in a good position for the feature race. And then Zach Jensen, he was in the thick of a good battle. But check out the battle here between
look at these two.
Fieldsy, Ken Simpson.
It's on. And
quick succession.
Absolutely. That looks like Farmer in the background just struggling to keep that car on track. Damien Jones, Bill Turner coming across the line in to end at the top 10. Joe Grimmer in 11th. Shane Fonato clawed his way back to 12th after that lap 1 T1 incident. Ash Dial, Darren Green, Steve Wilton, who we just talked about, and Oscar Da Pastry, all back in the pits. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Asrnz's 2026 GT3 World Challenge Shakedown. Of course, you've tuned in to MATCHFIT Entertainment. It is Davo and J-Man on the mics. That was race 1. We are going to take a very short break as this is the boys just regroup, get ready for race 2. We'll be back in a moment, J-Man.
Okay.
Welcome back, welcome back. It's Thursday night. Davo and J-Man on the mics. MATCHFIT Entertainment, and you have joined us. If you missed the first race and you have only just tuned in to MATCHFIT Entertainment, we are live broadcasting, as always, the ASRNZ community and the ASRNZ 2026 GT3 World Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, like I mentioned, the race one is already wrapped up. Quick fire 20-minute race. But the boys sizing up here for a 50-minute ready to start at any moment. I'm Davo, J-Man by my side. As long as have you come back from your break?
I never left. I never left.
So the usual broadcast for a Thursday night. Yes, it's ASRNZ. Yes, it's Assetto Corsa competition. And yes, it is MATCHFIT Entertainment. Thank you for all of our supporters and viewers that join us every week. We are busy, busy boys at the moment, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, with a little bit of LMU, little bit of iRacing, little bit of ACC to keep us busy, and a little bit of special event stuff for MATCHFIT events on the side. But tonight, here we are for ASRNZ in the 2026 GT3 World Challenge. Great calendar too, mind you, J-Man. All across the world here in this 12-round series. Mixed the formats up a little bit with the help of... Have I got a mic on at the moment? I hope I do. Yes, I do. We've mixed the formats up with the... with the help of Race Command, J-Man, actually. So they've been able to get the Race Command to create a second race without qualifying. So the grid is set by the first race. So very interesting stuff and very new to ACC drivers and new to us, J-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. All of that. And,
all of that.
Yeah, just noticing no TFAM on the front row. So look to have lost TFAM, and so that leaves a nice big space for Steve Melling off the start of this one. Obviously, do have a full formation lap coming, which it'll take a couple of minutes, and then they'll get into it. But that's just interesting to see after what was a very good sprint race, and we do see them get away. However, it is a shakedown, so maybe he's all shook up, and that's about all he needs to see for the night. And
he's shooken up, you reckon?
Yeah, and then maybe have a couple of words to Shane Fodderdo on the way out about the turn one, and happy days, move on. Spa-Francorchamps next week, round one. And great to see that everything's working the way it should here. So, like you just mentioned, kudos to Race Command and the team in behind the scenes. A lot of good work going on. So,
yes, groundbreaking, really, isn't it, J-Man? So, no, awesome stuff. And yeah, just reacting to, I think one of our comments, it might have even been from Outdoor Effects. Oh, John Boy, of course, asking for a bit more car vol. I hope we've delivered there. John McDonald, so J-Man.
Yeah, volume's good at my end, but that being said, my volume's clearly different to his. So yeah, happy days. This one will have I think a good feel about. I got the impression that Liam's pace, like I mentioned, 30.3 in race one, very, very fast. However, what can Steve Melling do off the start with Jordan Moss and then Zach Jensen? We saw him pass Steve-O on track after that awkward bounce off the curb. So he's going to come into this one with a bit of confidence, knowing that he did pass the car in front of him on track. However, got done in the pit stops, and Steve-O would have a little smile on his face about that. We talk about the 1%ers, the little things that you can do right or wrong. Obviously, Steve-O did it very well. Unfortunately for Oscar de Pastry, he he unfortunately got a stop-go 30. So
Ouch.
that's the good end versus the bad end of the stewards. And look, anything can happen, and that's what I love
True.
seeing these guys go through pit lane, because it can really mix things up. But Damien Jones from the middle of the pack here, P8. Watch that car as well, and watch him off the start, because that GT3 Porsche really does get its power down. I feel like the ratios and the way that it delivers its drive traction, we saw it at the start of race 1. He was the first guy to jump out of the queue and go for the middle ground and try and challenge down into 1.
As the boys start to line up, J-Man, the mind games have started already. Liam Cohen, Jordan Moss, Steve Melling, Zach Jensen as we go green for race 2 here at Valencia. Shakedown for the ASRNZ GT3 World Challenge, and sneaker through turn 1. Looks like everybody coming through unscathed this time.
Yeah, nicely. And that's Shane putting a move down the inside of Turner, and he's having a big look at Damien Jones as well. So obviously Shane with a lot of work to do by way of having maybe not his best performance. Oh, and he slides down the inside as well of Damien Jones. So look for Shane Fodero on the move early. Zach Jensen, who's that up beside him? Is that Lee Perkins, was it? No, it's Nev Shields up the inside as well. So Nev carrying a lot of damage in race 1. The car's clean now, so we get to see the pace of the Nelson Marine Aston Martin. Oh, and he doesn't keep that thing straight for long, and Damien Jones nowhere to go. Shane Fodero finds himself in the same position as he did race 1. Big carnage there in sector 2. Multiple cars taken out there, probably worthy of a replay. I know we don't reach for the replays often in lap 1, but that was big for a few drivers.
Yeah, no, the boys have pulled it up pretty quickly here just to get another quick shot at it, J-Man. So a few boys involved there. A couple of cars off track did not help at all. So Kenny Simpson with the bird's eye view there too, mind you, and was able to sneak through unscathed. So nice work from Kenny. There, Liam again just dodges all of that melody. Jordan Moss, Steve Melling, and Kenny Simpson all missed that little I think it was about turn 5 there, J-Man. It's that awkward little late apexing hairpin, isn't it, J-Man?
It is. Oh, sorry, mate. Back to the action. Back in there with Darren Green, Uncle Joe, Phil Turner, DePastry, Wilton.
It's on.
It is on, mate. And I'll tell you what, through 1, 2, 3, those guys, it was pretty busy down there. They were just jostling, and Damien Jones had actually welcomed himself to that party as well. Not one to be left out of the action was DJ.
We just look over the rear wing of Joe Grimmer. It's Turner looking for a run. DePastry in there as well.
Yeah, watch out. Here's the 43 car. Had a bit of a look there on DePastry.
Trying to sneak past Grimmer there. He's left him vulnerable.
1.4 seconds the margin now. Liam Curran over Jordan Moss. Steve Melling 3 seconds back, and there's contact.
DePastry.
Heavy in the fence for Oscar.
Yeah, DePastry just getting that little awkward bounce again. It gets across the front. I think that's Wilton's car there, who was directly behind him. So tough gig for Wilton. Just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. DePastry straight into the pit lane, J-Man. Car looks damaged.
Yeah, well, he hit that wall pretty square, mate. So, unfortunately, it all came about, I guess the catalyst once again was that curb. We saw it trip Steve Melling up in race 1. Well, that got Oscar there, and I'm not sure whether Farmer had anywhere to go. But that is the way it rolls sometimes, unfortunately. It is a shakedown. It's a chance for these guys to really get the feelers out. And, you know, I'm sure there'll probably be a couple of internal words going on there. But,
Think so?
hey, look.
You think so?
Yeah, in the meantime, Curran over Moss, over Melling. So Melling sitting on a podium spot in the shakedown. But we've got a big move at the moment from Zach Jensen on Ken Simpson. Kenny fighting it. I like the attitude from the CQ Steel Industries Mustang tonight. He's like sending a message in the shakedown. He's not going to be as gentlemanly as he quite often is, Kenny. He's going to put up a fight for some of these positions. However, Zach did get it done, but Kenny really protested that one. So good to see. And also good to see the TRD liveried Lexus up there in P6 Ashdale. Man, I tell you what, I got a soft spot for that paint scheme.
It does look good. It does look good. Very traditional TRD stuff. And definitely on our radar if we were to give away a best livery prize, J-Man. But look in the background here. This is a lot going on in the background.
Yeah, there is. Green, Turner,
and Frodo. And then a little bit further back, we have got Damien Jones, Lee Perkins, actually, which is just escalating a little bit there with Jonesy just running wide. Allowed Perko to sneak on past.
Yeah.
Uncontested. Yeah. And then in behind, Grimmer and Wilton. Wilton just getting tumbled up with Oscar a little earlier, a lap or so ago. So
Frodo looks to the inside of Turner. You have a good run through the next left-hander here. Be perfectly positioned. Goes to shut the door as well. Fires it in there deep. So good performance at the moment out of Phil Turner. Looks really, really comfortable in the Ferrari, does Phil. So
a couple of Red Bull liveried cars there.
Yeah.
Lamborghini and Ferrari.
Wilton threw on Grimmer in the recent past as well. Davo got that job done, so he can set his sights forward to try and tag on the back of Damien Jones, who's going to work on Lee Perkins at the moment. So not sure what sort of damage some of these cars are carrying. I know Damien Jones, the front clip on that Porsche, will be heavily impacted based on what I saw. He hit car very square in that, in lap one. So that thing won't be the flashiest. A, down the straight, and B, I suspect turning wouldn't be ideal.
But definitely still well on the chase. For the back of Lee Perkins, Datsun there, the R35, Skyline. I think both of those cars carrying just a slight amount of damage, so quite possibly equally paced between the two of them.
Yep.
Who is close? Who is close? Phil Turner on Shane Frodo still. Kenny Simpson.
Yeah.
Not
Frodo on March. He's trying to chase down Ash here, and I think based on the numbers, Frodo last lap round was a 131 versus Ash 133, so very good pace from Shane at the moment, so likely going to catch. The deficit is 1.3 seconds at the moment, and if he's making that per lap, it's not going to be too long before we see the Red Bull Lamborghini right on the back of that TRD Lexus. 0.7 for Perko on Darren Green, so that battle still remains. Like I said, fair bit of damage on a few of these cars scattered through the back half of the field. So guys just dealing with some stuff, and it'll be interesting to see whether any of them go for any major repairs or just look to settle in and maybe work with what they've got. That Rothman's Porsche seems a little hampered in a straight line on the GDR.
Out in front, Liam Curran.
Yeah, just hit the fastest lap of the race then too, Davo. Good pickup, 130.632. That thing's not lacking any pace at all. It is super, super quick at the hands of Liam, and we do love to see a Merc being pedalled the right way.
Always. Love us a big bad Mercedes-Benz. Love the long bonnet cars. Mercedes, a particular favourite. J-Man for both of us there. Jordan Moss not too far behind in the race control. McLaren there. just hanging in there with Liam, not letting him get too far away. Liam will clearly be able to see him in the rearview mirror. He doesn't need to look for the delta. He just needs a quick glance at the mirror, and there is Jordan Moss. Steve Melling, a little bit of a gap back to third, fourth, and fifth. Zach, like you mentioned earlier, making a good solid pass on Kenny Simpson, and has actually stretched that gap a fair bit. So nice work from Zach over Kenny Simpson. Shane Frodo, like you said, on the chase, heading towards the back of now. I think he's got past Ash.
Yeah, he's got past Ash. Yep.
So let's just see if we can pick up on that. There you go. Oh, we're just picking up on the end of it actually. So Frodo sneaking on past there. Ash looked like he was protesting a little bit. But yeah, nice tidy work from Shane Frodo, as always. J-Man, look, unlucky night so far for Shano, to be honest. Getting just tangled up in some early race incidents in both races so far. So yeah, just he's on the chase tonight, J-Man. But you can just look back through the field there. All these guys still relatively close. That is Joe Grimmer in the background, just having a bit of a snaggy exit on the final corner there. But Damien Jones and Steve Wilton, all those guys are still very much so on the lead lap after, where are we at? Only probably about 10 minutes.
Yeah. How's the drive too from Steve Melling, holding down this P3 at the moment? Last lap round was 132.5, best lap of a 132.1. Zach Jensen, last lap around 132.7, best lap of a 131.8. So good little battle going to form here between these two. They went at it in race one. Obviously, Steve-O got the better of that battle by way of a much healthier pit stop. And but I like what I'm seeing here. I think those boys, we're fully aware of where each other are on track right now. And bet your bottom dollar, Zach is looking towards maybe making something happen. He has got the lights on, the mightiness. And
well, you know that means business, don't you? That's racing business. And
yeah, sign language for him coming.
Yeah, he's definitely coming for Melling, and Melling will be well aware. A little bit like Curran, he doesn't need to look at the deltas to see where Jensen is. He can, all he's got to do is have a quick glance at the mirror, and he can see that skyline.
Yeah, hottest battle on track right now, Davo, would be Steve Wilton ranging up on the back of Damien Jones, aka Jarkus, a long time sim racer and friend of ours, and he is out there. Both these guys, part of the furniture, really.
Pretty much. But a bit like us, Jamie. Really, when it comes to
Oh, Farmer deep under brakes gives him a touch up, a little bit of gizzing into the final turn.
That's a lot of gizzing, Jamie.
Yep. Must have known he was on TV and thought he'd better make the most of it.
Yes, absolutely. So nice work from those two boys. Like you said, look, great mates and definitely part of the furniture around here at Asrnz. As is Davo and J-Man here on the mics again at with MATCHFIT Entertainment, broadcasting live again tonight, Thursday night. Put that down in your schedule. Thursday nights, ACC for Asrnz. Remember, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Have we got any likes tonight? Come on, where's the likes, ladies and gentlemen?
I'll give you one.
Get the time from you.
I like you, Davo.
Yeah.
I like you, mate.
Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, and obviously hit your notifications so you can keep up with everything that's going on MATCHFIT as we continue to watch this battle. Wilton.
Yeah, wait, there's
Jones wide.
Back at it.
These guys, great respect between the two of them, J-Man, but it is on. Joe Grimmer in the pits, as is Nev Shields. in the background as well. But this is what's going on track. This is where the action is at the moment. Wilton again, and look, Jones just running deep a few times there towards that, through that back sector of the track there, J-Man. I just wonder whether that car's just carrying a little bit of damage, a little bit like race one, where it just does not want to tip in, and Wilton taking advantage of that. Although Wilton has had contact as well throughout the race with DePastre there. So
Fodorno now has overcome that 3.5 second deficit to Ken Simpson. That's now 0.5, as is Steve Wilton's with Damien Jones is 0.5. So hard to know where to look, because I feel like there's a move coming, although I feel it's ominous for Shane Fodorno by way of a 131.4 last lap round, plays a 133.4 for Ken Simpson. So a couple of seconds faster per lap is Shane Fodorno. So if he can pick his moment, he should sail past here.
Don't forget, just quietly, J-Man, the cameras have picked up on the Lee Perkins-Phil Turner battle as well. So Perko coming for Phil here.
Yep.
And that's ramping up a little bit. We will keep the cameras on that. Oh, maybe we won't. We'll go to Fodorno.
Fodorno down the inside. Kenny's fighting it. I love the new version, Kenny. And look at the horsepower of the Mustang. Just says,
just goes, nah.
You'll have to do better than that, mate.
Just the punch out of the corner there. It almost looked like there was some overlap from the Lamborghini. A little bit of a wriggle from Fodorno there.
He's going to send it down the inside here.
Kenny always taking his preferred line there. Leaves himself open to Fodorno. Fodorno's very quickly through in the Lamborghini there.
And here comes...
I need to get back to this Phil Turner, Lee Perkins thing, J-Man. Just
Merlin
quickly.
the Magician.
And we're just going to keep cameras on that for a moment, J-Man.
Copy that. Yeah, so Perko trying to unlock the puzzle here. He's obviously got to Phil. Phil driving beautifully. They do have Ash Dial just up in front of them, so this could very quickly become a three-way. But Perko just trying to work out where he can maybe get through. The Ferrari looks incredibly good through the mid part of the corner. So obviously from that point of apex to entry to apex, it looks really, really good. The Nissan we know is pretty strong in a straight line, and they are closing in on this Lexus. Now that gap is shrinking, so 0.5 the difference from Turner to Dial, and then another 0.4 back to Perkins. Don't even need to quote the numbers, you can see it there on screen. They are all so close, and this is for 7th, 8th and 9th. Who blinks first? Good exit there for Phil Turner. What does that make the run look like for him on the way down to one? Oh, sorry, we lost Perko in the lane, got out of that battle, thought, nah, I'll undercut you boys and see if I can see you in my mirror in the next few laps. So it remains Turner and Dial, and that battle is hot. Oh, drive-through penalty. Who was that? Ash has got that penalty, a drive-through. So that will be track limits, because he has not come to pit lane. So that 100% is just overuse of the track, and Phil Turner gets it all crossed up now, chasing him hard. He should see on the totem, or maybe his data, that the guy in front of him does have a drive-through. It's no longer going to be a battle. Just keep your rhythm going, and you'll get him by way of, he has to serve a penalty. So that's unfortunate for Ash, because he's engaged in a pretty good fight. David, welcome back.
So is that not just a unforeseen bug in...
No, that's track limits, mate.
That's a full track limit, so...
Yeah, you can make all the excuses for him as you like, mate. He's not getting out of that one.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be the neutral. But there you go. J-Man all over it there. And look, at the end of the day there, Ash, with a little bit of a slip-up at the end there, just to make it a little bit easier.
And I'll tell you what, while you're away, Zach Jensen absolutely putting the work in to close that margin down to Steve Melling, and he has got it. down to around about a second there. So Steve-O's pushing hard. The lap times last round was a 32.5 for Melling, a 32.2 for Zach. So this battle is forming. We saw it in the sprint race. We're going to set the feature now. Does Steve-O look to maybe break the rhythm and undercut the guy behind him? He'll be working to a Strat tyres.
He will be.
Not a problem here. Asrnz have given them plenty for the season. However,
and unusually, isn't it, J-Man? Because we're used to seeing Asrnz really testing their drivers with tyre sets, and so they've taken a bit of a left turn here and testing them with other formats in the weekend. And we just, sorry, Zach on camera at the moment chasing down Steve Mellon there, and just again, just that little transition, that little right left into that final complex of corners, always tricky for the boys. And again, Zach just losing a little bit of pace there. Who is that? That's I'm just catching. Oh, here we go. It is Darren Green
and Lee Perkins. Yep.
It isn't Lee Perkins. It is too.
Perko just got him. Yep.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, a little bit of back a shot there. Out of position too. They're just a little bit out of position there. But
yeah, so
they've pitted. They've clearly pitted.
Yeah, so looking at the numbers, you could argue 39 and 32. They've taken maybe a set of tyres in there as well. So
nice.
Either that or maybe repair a little bit of damage. Hard to know with this one here. And you look, we'll start getting, I guess, a little bit more info as the season starts running to sort of what strategy some of these guys are going to play. And, you know, that's where driver briefing, post-race driver brief comes in. When we interview the podium, we can really start to dig deep and see what sort of patterns are forming, because doesn't take these sim races long to work out what's the fastest way to get through a race schedule.
No, true that, Jay, man. They do adapt very quickly, and look, this is a part of the reason why Asrnz particularly do the shakedown rounds post pre-season. It's just to get these guys back up to speed, and particularly after a Christmas, New Year's break. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everybody. It seems like a year ago already. But here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, like I mentioned before, look, new to MATCHFIT, hit the like and subscribe and your notifications. If you're not new to MATCHFIT, hit the like button anyway. Come on, guys. I know you're watching. Hit the like button. Make Davo happy. And obviously looks after... Obviously, MATCHFIT Entertainment, but ASR in and the like for you guys to interact with our live stream here. J-Man, who have you got eyes on at the moment?
I'm watching the arm wrestle, the chess match at the moment between Steve Melling and Zach Jensen. And I tell you what, Zach got there, and he's got there. It's sitting at 0.7 to roughly out to a second at times, depending on who gets the better line or what have you. And it literally is a bit of a chess match at the moment for these boys. They're in the zone. You know, we're at that point where we're approaching the halfway point of this race. And look, I can imagine that, you know, they're an endurance tyre. The tyre will be completely happy right now. Fuel numbers, these guys are pretty smart operators. They'll be running them to a number that, you know, they're required to take a minimum 25 seconds of fuel. And they would have already done the maths to what that looks like to make an optimum stop. And at 50 minutes, I would think running P3 where Steve Melling is, it's definitely not a tyre option. It's, look, put the least amount of fuel in that you're allowed to and maintain that track position and bring it on home, and you know, hope that maybe your opposition puts a tyre on and thinks he's going to be strong at the end. But I think at 50 minutes, it's just inside that threshold where I think the tyre's really just going to operate really nicely. A little bit of a cool down as they come into pit lanes for half a minute or so. And, you know, realistically, the time is around about a minute that tyre's got to sit and cool down and then have another bite at it. So that's my speculation as to what I think is a good option here. We're obviously going to find out soon enough.
We are. As we just see those two aforementioned drivers, Zach Jensen and Steve Belling, who actually got up on the back of Oscar De Pastry. Love that name. And sneaking on past, obviously out of position, Melling up on two wheels into the right hand. Little flip flop there.
Yeah.
So, and just dealt with it, J-Man. Now we've seen Zach.
He's in.
He's in. Okay, so now we see Zach very snaggy on the left-hand exit of that corner, regularly in the skyline. So I think Stephen knew he was obviously coming into the pits, knew that the Nissan's snaggy on the left, and was able to just keep the foot in, one on some opposite lock, and get amongst it, and that he has done. Steve Melling in the pits, J-Man. Phil Turner actually just rolling in too. Sorry to interrupt. There you go.
No, you're right, mate. Just be interested in this stop too, because obviously Steve-O equaling the best stationary time in the sprint race. So did it really, really well on the first one. Be looking to match that again. Obviously, they know that if they can get as close to 25 seconds as possible, that is the requirement. And we'll see as the season goes on, these guys, we might see that magical number of 25.
Yep.
So
Yep.
here we go, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, maybe an option set of tyres on there at a 31-second stop. They tell us it takes another 5 seconds if you add tyres. So here we go.
Melling out,
and he comes out in front of, who was that? I was just trying to pick up, see who that was.
It was Turner and Wilton, J-Man.
Okay.
Liam Curran also in the pits, just FYI. The leader of the race, as you can just see, we're looking over the rear wing of Phil Turner's car now. You can just see the Mercedes actually rolling down the pit lane there. Melling just leaving his pit box very close. This is non-collision areas for ACC.
Oh, and who was that?
So that was, who was that?
Oh,
just
contact
coming
into
through?
turn one.
Who
So
was
that's
it?
Wilton. That's Wilton come out, and he's had contact. I thought it was.
Oh, it's not Perco. It is Zach Jensen, I think.
Jensen.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That is not ideal, J-Man. Let's get a little bit of a. Let's get a little bit of a bird's eye view of this from the helicam here on the replay.
It's a free kick for Steve Melling.
So Jensen, oh look, Wilton did nothing wrong, staying within the limits of the pit exit control lines there. Jensen, it, literally just one of those interesting situations where they focus. It's just, what do they call it when they focus on something on the side of the road? You know, just that distraction Jensen got from Wilton coming out of the pit lane there. Literally focused on his car and drove into it. It is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to the bike riders of this world, and they will tell you. Very interesting stuff. There you go. Yeah. So
they call it target fixation, and I'm sure that wasn't his target.
No, I don't think that's where he wanted to be honest, J-Man. But it is a thing, and that slightest of distractions can be just race changing, and that's what we just saw from Jack Jensen. He has not been in the pit lane yet, J-Man, but I would expect to see that car in the lane probably at the end of this lap. No, he's not. He's going around again. Okay, so who hasn't pitted? Who hasn't pitted is Jordan Moss, Zach Jensen, who we are just talking about, and also DJ. Damien Jones. So go DJ. Again, DJ, a clever racer actually, very much a numbers man too. J-Man, a bit like Steve Melling, and these guys will have calculated a whole bunch of stuff in the back there to know where they want to be, what times they want to hit, and when they want to pit lane, get in the pit lane, as we see DJ actually just rolling in now, J-Man.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Liam Curran, 27 seconds on the jack, so definitely just a fuel stop for Liam. And then start of this lap, lap 18, I just noticed virtually looked, 18, virtually looked intentional just to really send it this lap into turn one and well outside the confines of the track. So a guy that certainly knows what he's got up his sleeve as far as track cuts, and just really let that thing eat through turn one, between turn two, no lift of the throttle, just absolutely sent it. The delta looks amazing. Obviously it's in the red, by way of
No doubt, of course.
it would be a track cut, I would think. So, but yeah, look, he's well in control of this thing right now. Currently sitting P3 and pit stopped. Yeah, so good stuff. And I think a bit of a mega lap coming.
Look, no doubt, J-Man, but like you said, all in the red, mind you.
Yeah. Now, this one's important. Zach Jensen in the lane, obviously, after a moment, and he was really in the battle, the pit road battle with Steve Melling, and that will be well and truly taken away, I would think. Steve Melling did opt, I think, for either a set of tyres on top of that fuel or otherwise a snaggy pit stop, and he's got company with Shane Fodder, who's been just quietly achieving the whole race long. He has got the
it's on.
Lambo
It's on.
right up beside him.
And
Melling, they sail on past Zach.
And like Melling backed out of it.
Oh, he looked to have another go.
He
though,
did.
Between 1 and 2.
I totally agree. The body language looked like he got off the brake.
Yeah.
And wanted to roll up. So, so no surprise. Shane Fodder starting to work his way through the field. J-Man, I suspect you were just about to call that. Was it Geordie Moss in the 777 McLaren in the pit lane as well? Current leader of the race. Not for long, I suspect.
Liam making his way around this final couple of corners to come down on the straight. Man, the balance of this Mercedes, I was watching it at official practice tonight. The way that Liam throws it over the hill and down in the final corner is beautiful. And who was that drive-through penalty?
I actually noticed that with Liam on several of the corners. He literally tips this thing in. It just turns on the nose so nicely. Slightest bit of oversteer, but not really requiring a lot of oversteer, steering wise. It just tips in, four-wheel drifts into the corner, so very much up to speed is Liam Curran in the Mercedes J-Man.
Yeah, nice stop from Geordie Moss there, 29 seconds. So I would say that's a fuel-only stop, run those tyres out. Big shot of flames out the back of the McLaren there too. Beautiful scenes here in the Asrnz GT3 World Challenge out of the back of that car. It's fantastic to see those things.
Definitely. Yeah, the boys just picking that up on the replay. J-Man, DJ with a drive-through. Oh,
was
no.
Damien Jones, was it? Okay.
Oh, no. That's a shame.
Yeah, so I think that will be... When did he stop? Damien Jones, when did he stop?
Oh, he was only just stopped just before Zach Jensen. No, just after or just before Zach Jensen. So not long ago, a couple of laps ago.
Okay, so potentially that came by way of a pit stop infringement as opposed to track limits then, because I thought I did see it come up saying it was a pit stop infringement.
So unfortunate. But DJ there, currently holding 9th, but he will have to make a trip through the pit lane to pay the toll, J-Man, to pay the stewards off. To let him go back out and race for the rest of this race. Liam Curran leading the race with Jordan Moss in second. In the 777 Race Command McLaren there, J-Man. Shane Fodder actually has clawed his way back through the field. Nice work, actually, from Shane to do that. Couple of drop-offs, obviously, throughout the field tonight. Being a shakedown. Steve Melling holding down 4th position. Kenny Simpson in 5th. Zach Jensen had it up and down night so far. Currently running in 6th, Lee Perkins, another of the R35 Datos. The big bad Datsun, the He-Man Datsun, if you like, from Lee Perkins. I don't know what that says about Lee Perkins, but I'm just going to leave that right there. He-Man, Perko, the Magician. Phil Turner in 8th, J-Man. DJ, we were just talking about actually just rolling through the pit lane there to serve his drive-through penalty. Darren Green, holding down 10th position. And look, there's a bit of distance between Greedy there and DJ. So I don't think DJ's going to lose a position here.
Between who?
Oh, Darren Green. Sorry, he is. Yes, sorry.
Yep.
Greeny already passed.
Yeah.
And Ash. And Wilson. Sorry, I'm just waiting for my data to catch up. There we go. There we go. It's okay. Davo's getting on board, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Just give me a little bit of slack here. I'm working it out. It's ACC. I've got to get back into this.
Yeah, so look, good spread through the field now. Liam Curran really showing what he's got. He's got a 6-odd second lead now over Jordan Moss. Those guys trading very similar lap times last round, so we're just seeing that there. 31.750 for Liam Curran, a 31.760 for Jordan Moss. So good signs late in the race there for Jordan Moss, being able to hang on to that tyre, and also Shane Fodado 31.8. So the front three, albeit there is around about a 23 to 30 second spread between the top three. Melling still hanging in 2.2 seconds behind Fodado after that pass was made. So I think he's doing a nice job as well. And then Simo in the top 5. And I like what I've seen out of Simo. His racecraft is just getting better and better. We saw glimpses in the Lightweight Cup Series that he was there to play. And every now and then he's
getting serious, Jay, man.
He goes back to Mr. Nice Guy. And I think maybe Tammy gives him a tune-up and tells them, you got to make them fight for it, Ken.
Yeah.
So, good stuff from Kenny. Obviously, P5. Zach Jensen, unfortunate incident there in the pit lane exit that he had with Farmer, a.k.a. Steve Wilton, because that took him out of what was probably going to be a pretty good fight.
Absolutely.
With the jacked-up Mountain Dew Castrol car of Steve Melling.
Yes.
Lee Perkins, the He-Man. Yeah, I'm not sure. We might have to just address that and see what that's all about. But anyway, it does look cool in P7. Phil Turner, I think Phil can take a lot of good out of the performance tonight. The cars looked very, very balanced. His driving is silky smooth. Currently P8. Darren Green, mate, he just wins by default. Rocking a Rothmans Porsche.
Because of the paint job.
He's just give that guy 5 points just for turning up with a Rothmans paint job.
I'm there. I'm backing you on that one.
Steve Wilton, well, he didn't really do anything wrong on pit exit. He just got a clout round the Swede just for being there. I don't know. What do you say? Do better, Farmer. Maybe a second faster and he wouldn't have hit you, even though you didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, dodge some dodgy stuff, brother.
Yeah, well, get some eyes, paint some eyes on the back of that car so you can see behind you. DJ, talk about Damien Jones, just went and paid the toll through pit lane, currently sitting P11. And Oscar de Pastry, he unfortunately met the wall. Awkward bounce off the curb and had some interactions with Steve Wilton early in the piece. So, anywho, that is the field right now. We've lost a couple. They obviously signed out on the shakedown, said that's enough.
Yeah, no, left the chat. That's okay. That's their problem. They're the ones missing out, Joe, man, at the end of the day. So, whatever.
That's
look,
right.
and look, Steve Wilton, actually, it's Steve Wilton, a.k.a. Farmer. He's had a rough trot, actually, this race. He's just come into contact through no fault of his own there a couple of times throughout the race. From one person to another, so yeah, tough gig. But look, we do love a stayer, don't we, J-Man? These guys that are having a tough night, that do not just pack it up. They don't do the big full rage quit. Right? That's not on the agenda, is it? No, they stay out and get amongst it and finish the night off. Enjoy your
Oh.
racing, boys. That's
Just
yes.
just seen the lights come round the corner there from the big Mercedes. Liam Curran got all the lights ablaze. He's on high beam as he starts to
And
set
using all the
towards,
track. Jesus.
he starts to look towards some of these boys coming through the field. I'm not just trying to see who he was looking actually up the road when he came out onto the front straight. Was that that was probably De Pastry and Co, was it?
No, I would suspect so. We'll just pick it up on the pastry there now. No, so he's got the pastry. He's actually got. I think that is.
Oh, we've got Farmer in the kitty litter. He's down there picking spuds.
Oh no. So I think Curran coming up behind Kenny and a pastry, and there was I think maybe one of the Skylines involved there. Let's see if we can pick up on that Steve Wilton incident. Oh, there it goes, unforced. We just picked up on the end of it. Clearly, no contact this time. So,
let's hear about it. It's a shakedown. We're going to get the full emotion. You got us on comms.
You're going to drag him in here, aren't you?
Yeah. Why not? Mate.
Yeah, hey,
Come on,
fellas,
mate. Tell us all.
You know,
mate.
the camera's not ready yet, mate. What are you up
Did you not? I don't know if you noticed, but hard work. I got on the back of him, and mate, blew it. Hey, blew it. Just when it was about to get exciting.
to? Yep. And
I know.
unencounters of the strange kind on pit exit earlier, Farmer. That would have been a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, it was. Look, I feel I stayed in the pit exit lane, so that'll be one for whoever looks at that, you know.
We looked at it. We looked at it.
Okay.
And, and you were good.
Yeah, like I didn't call it. I was like, well, I'm in pit lane. It's pretty obvious I'm here, right?
Yeah, and Davo actually referenced something that you'll be too well with the saying. He thought that it was a little bit like a biker thing. It was maybe target fixation from Zach Jensen there.
Yeah, well, look, I can understand. Like, he was in P2 and, you know, he was obviously trying to stay with the leader. And, you know, I'm right on the exit of turn 1. It's a high-speed corner. So, you know, you can see how that sort of stuff can happen. Yeah, is what it is, boys.
Yeah, it's a shakedown, mate. But unfortunately, that got the both of you pretty shook up, that one. So, but no, I just thought I'd just have a quick word, mate. The paint looks fantastic, Farmer. I think, you know, we know you are responsible for a fair bit of the paint out there, for better or worse, mate. Most of it for better.
Yes. So, just, don't know if you did notice, but it's actually a crocodile textured skin there on mine and Steve-O's car.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Trying to just do something a little bit different from the normal Weet-Bix scenario there.
Well, we've got you here. You've got company now. Damien
I
Jones,
have. I might let him through. I might let him through and chase
Why
him.
would you do that? Hey.
Well, why not?
Why
I mean,
not? Absolutely.
Look, is that, mate, that could be a cop-out. Maybe he was coming through anyway.
Look at him.
No, he wasn't. I already got him. I got him earlier on. Look, you guys clearly haven't been watching.
No, we have. And we're zigging and zagging because he knows he knows you're talking to us right now. and now I do notice the crocodile skin stuff.
You've got a little over 7 minutes to do it, and you know we will be watching, Farmer. But hey, shout out for all your work and behind the scenes, especially around the paint stuff and everything you do, mate. And go well and chase old DJ down and see what you can do, buddy.
Thank you, boys. Cheers, man.
All right.
Good on you, Farmer. A legend, an Asrnz legend, J-Man, and a very, very much a good friend to you and me both. Steve Wilton, aka Farmer.
Yeah. Righto. Okay. Well.
And unfazed, he loves the chat. G'day, Wally Baker. I see you. I know Wally has had some family stuff going on late today, so look, we will.
Yeah, thinking of you, Wazza.
We are thinking of you, brother. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. As always, massive, like one of the biggest MatchFit Entertainment fans ever. This guy. So yeah, kudos, Warren. Awesome stuff. Good to see you around. J-Man, what is going on? Where have we got eyes on
Oh,
now? Come on.
Farmer is not getting the victory over Damian Jones by way of track limits. He has just been served a drive-through penalty, but you watch him. He will go out and try and pass him anyway. Just
Here we go. Here we go. It's on. Just playing up now. See, that's what happens. That's what happens when they know we're watching.
Yeah.
Look, let's just leave that alone, okay? Just for a moment. What is the next? Like, I think we need to just sneak over to Kenny Simpson and to see what the proximity is to Zach Jensen. So Kenny, well versed with the Mustang, J-Man. Probably, well, this literally this paint job, this livery, won last the Lightweight Cup last year for the best livery in the series. He's rocking it again. He knows the Mustang. The Mustang looks bloody fantastic again this year in 2026. J-Man, the number 68 car. He is closing in here.
Yeah, he actually is. He's coming
Slowly.
on strong. Late the piece, just under 4.5 minutes left to run.
4.5 minutes already?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he made the. Yeah, look, maybe not the most traditional apex to that corner, but he made it work, did Ken Simpson.
And that's all that counts, J-Man. That's all that counts. Let's give a little bit of airtime to Mr. Liam Cohen, J-Man, because
he's going down through pit lane with Steve Wilton. Oh, Jarks went with him. He was just like, mate, I got sympathy. Let's both go. And Kenny cops a drive-through.
Oh, no. That'll be for driver. That'll be for track limits. Without a doubt. Oh, no. There we go. This is why we have shakedowns, ladies and gentlemen. This is why these communities do shakedowns, and rightly so. But look, although it is a shakedown, there's no points here. But we are going to give Liam Cohen a little bit of airtime because he hasn't had a lot, J-Man. And the boys that do, sort of get out in front and get into the next postcode don't obviously get a lot of airtime because there's nothing going on. Look at this. But definitely worth a pat on the back, Mr. Liam Cohen. If you just look back a shot there, that was Jordan Moss in the 777 Race Command McLaren. So, yeah, good bit of a shout out to Jordan Moss as well for doing a stellar job.
That margin come back a couple of seconds in the last couple of laps.
Did.
I just wonder whether Liam's just backed this thing down a little bit, and not sure whether Liam goes by the way of Biggie, and I'm not sure whether we're doing
driver interviews.
So I might just sort of jump the gun here and.
You're going to just drag him down now and try and put him off his game, aren't you, brother?
Yeah.
Here we go. There we go. This is what shakedowns are for.
Yeah. Although
this is so. Davo and J-Man can have some fun with the boys.
Yeah. So we'll grab them down and just give them an insight to how things work around here. Biggie, AK, is that Liam?
No, this is Jensen.
Oh, this is Jensen. Well, that's even better, mate. I can actually interview live, mate. The guy that we thought had a little bit of target fixation. Really unfortunate with Rama coming out of pit exit, mate. And look, you were committed to the line, and I think the rest is history. But showed some good pace battling with Steve Melling tonight, mate. You've had a pretty action-packed night.
Yeah, no, it was just unfortunate. I mean, it's an atrocious pit exit.
Yeah.
I just lost the rear coming in and just ended up getting him.
Yeah. Outside of that, mate, you had a great battle with Steve-O in the sprint race. Got him on track, and he managed to grab you back by way of a slightly better pit stop. So a couple of work-ons during the week there before round one maybe Jensen, and you would have had that one. And then once again, we were probably robbed of another great battle because you got a beautiful run
For
on
sure.
the lap that Steve
For
Melling
sure.
option for
Yeah.
his pit stop, mate. So, yeah, look, mate, yeah,
Nice
good to
work.
meet you. And I have no doubt that we're going to get the opportunity to talk to you throughout the season. So, yeah, well done, mate.
Well
Yeah, no
done.
worries, mate. It's a pleasure. I'll see you around.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Thanks,
So
Jensen.
there you go.
Mr.
That
Goose,
is Jensen.
Mr. Goose, J-Man is the man you want.
Ah, okay, Mr. Goose. Right. I did see it there. Sorry. However, I'm probably not going to do it now because he has only got
Two
What is
corners.
two corners to go. So maybe I do.
Oh, 20
Maybe-
seconds. He might actually go across to another lap here.
Mate, he could get across the line. We're going to bring him down. What's he going to do? He's going to roll out of it. He's going to press on for another lap. Liam, you've got us on comms.
I think I'm going for another lap, boys.
Ah,
Yeah,
mate, yeah,
good.
just
That's good
make
for
them
us
feel
and
the
you.
pain. Oh, what's the deal? Did you roll out of this, mate? Because it was 6+ seconds. What's happening?
Oh, the tyres are just gone. Completely gone.
Oh, mate, like super dominant performance. And I actually feel guilty now dragging you down because I actually didn't look at how small the gap had got to. But, you know, we have this thing called commentator's curse. We certainly don't wish it on anyone. But while we've got you here, mate,
It's a thing.
irres-
a thing.
irrespective of how this goes, and I'm confident that you're just going to bring this thing home nicely, how good does that track racer Mercedes look out on track at the hands of yourself? And it looks super, super smooth, mate. You got that thing dialed already on the shakedown.
Yeah, nah, I've been maining the Merc for a while now. It's it was a bumpy road to start with, but once you got a hang of it, man, this thing goes.
A lot of work on the front end to get that thing to turn, Liam.
If anything, it's more work to get the rear end to stay stable.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The diffuser really likes to kind of just stop working.
Yep. Mate, we probably grabbed you the most awkward time, but
Perfect.
hey,
It was actually the perfect time. You just sort of duck through that little flip-flop and into this final complex of corners here and get a little wriggle there. Very nicely
loosey-goosey.
done.
Yep.
Loosey-goosey. Mr.
stuff,
Liam
mate.
Curran, well done. And look, thanks for letting... Look, we don't even need to do a post-race interview with you now because we just did
No.
it through the last lap. But J-Man, you carry on. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, no. So that was the deal. So Shakedown, I didn't know whether we were going to go to podium chats, Liam. So I thought I'd just grab you and have a quick chat. But yeah, fantastic performance. Just want to know, were you surprised at all by the 30.3 in the race in the sprint race, mate? That was so fast.
I've quite conveniently, I actually had a race here maybe a couple of weeks ago, so I've already put a lot of practice into Valencia. So
Yep.
I was I would have been a bit disappointed in myself if I wasn't doing that kind of pace, to be honest.
Nice one,
Yep.
mate.
Well, mate, it bodes well. I mean, that's a message. That'll send a message to the likes of Shane Fodderdo and T-Fab and co, the guys that you know are going to come at you during this 12-round series. So, mate, you look super fantastic out there. The car's fast, unrattled. Obviously, that strategy there was, based on, we saw that the numbers that was purely both races just going for the fuel only option. Obviously, you wouldn't likely take a tyre in a 20-minute sprint, but I think there may have been a few guys that took an option tyre. Do you think that's going to come into play this season?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I was fully prepared to take tyres if if the gap was enough to Mossy, but he kept me honest. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's really going to be the shake-up throughout the season is when we get to tracks where it really, the dig start to hurt. I mean, I thought up to that point, until I just grabbed you down, that it looked really consistent. But like you said, I thought you had rolled out, I think maybe a lap or so earlier than I grabbed you, but you're saying that it was definitely dig.
yeah, no, I mean when you're coming in for the pits, it just ruins the tyres. It's you just get some really bad graining, and then you just lose all the grip in the last kind of like 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, like I said, I was really considering taking tyres, but if that, or like for me at least, if that gap isn't big enough, then there's just you're better off just pushing on the same tyres.
Yeah, nice work. Well done, mate, tonight. You know, like I said, I feel like it's a bit of a statement in the shakedown, and I know there's not a lot on offer other than just ironing out the bugs and really just showing your competition what you've got. And man, you couldn't have done a better job than that tonight. So well done, and looking forward to next week already. Well done, Liam.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to racing with you guys.
Awesome, buddy. Appreciate it. Cheers for the chat.
Sweet, thank you.
Thanks, Liam. There you go, Liam Cohen, ladies and gentlemen, with well, that is the earliest post-race interview. Well, I can't even call it a post-race because the race hadn't finished yet.
Yeah, well, I'm all about efficiency, you see, and already I've grabbed the next guy, you know, like I'm just, mate, rolling with the punches. Jordan Moss, you got us on comms, buddy?
Yeah, how's the game, fellas?
Well, mate, bloody well, actually, and got to witness some, you know, the highs and lows of a shakedown. Obviously, had a little bit of everything, which is good. That's what we expect, ironing out or getting rid of a bit of ring rust. But look, talking to you earlier, you were looking at the times falling. And I remember hearing you say, you know, geez, you know, those guys go fast, but mate, what a stellar night. You just banked some serious results tonight. I know it's a shakedown.
Definitely.
But based on your late race pace on that tyre, did you take an option tyre on that pit stop?
No, I rolled the dice. I knew that I was going to be, when Liam went into the pits, he was about 5 seconds ahead. So I thought if I roll the dice and stick with no tyre on the chance that he took it, it might be a bit of a game changer. But it looks like he rolled the dice as well and didn't take a tyre, and that was the race. But
yeah, so just really goes to show, I really, to be honest, as a commentator, didn't think that 50 would hurt the tyre too badly, but that was definitely tyre deg for Liam at the back end, and we saw that margin really close up. You know, it was out to 6.1, 6.2, and really clawed it in with about 3 to go, Jordan. So that's interesting. And yeah, awesome performance, mate. You stayed out of trouble tonight. Great pace. You obviously capitalised on some moments there, but did all the little things right. You know, the pit stops and stuff all worked particularly well, and great pace. Really, really good race pace.
yeah, the car here could pace sort of on a light tank, basically. So once I got below about 30 litres, it really started to shine. Before then, it was a bit sluggish, but yeah, once we got under, yeah, could really put the pace on.
Yeah, and look, it's a confidence game too, Jordan. We all know that. So going forward, mate, you got to come out of that feeling a little better to competing with these big guns going forward into week one, mate.
It's some competition out there, isn't it?
I think you're good for it, mate. So
yeah, I think if Slambo was a bit better in race one, he would have been up there, and TFAM certainly had the pace as well. So
sure,
it would have been a tight battle, I reckon.
Yeah, I think you've just named some names that are really in the hunt for those top spots, and like we've seen, race incident wise, anything can happen. You know, obviously you saw the incident with Slambo and Fam, and then obviously another one in the feature. So you know you got to put yourself in good positions and then maintain it. And I thought you did that well tonight, mate. Well done.
Cheers, boys.
Awesome. So that is Jordan Moss.
Geordie Moss.
And grab this last guy down just quickly and have a check.
Who you got for us, brother?
Well, I've got Slambo because I thought the gritty drive through, obviously this new format, Shano, got us on comms.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, mate. So first question is what's the deal, mate? You got some beef with T-Fam? He's got some beef with you? No, it's actually not my first question. No. Like gritty drive back in race 2, mate. You had work to do, obviously, with this new format. Your finishing position out of race 1 now is now your starting position in race 2. A lot of work to do, but some demon moves at the start of that one, mate. You'd have to be happy with the way you slice through.
Yeah, it was. It's a pretty cool format because it makes you like kind of want to finish the first race to give you a better position in the second. Second race, I made up like 3 or 4 spots straight away, and then just clipped Nev as he spun.
Yep.
And ended up right dead last again. I was like, fuck, do it all again. I was fuming. But yeah, it was fun coming back through.
Yeah, and so he's pace on the car, you know, obviously back in familiar territory with the car, and the car looks and feels good by your standards?
Yeah, it was first time I've driven it here. I didn't really do any long running, so it was a little bit loose. I'm kind of glad you had the opportunity to take tyres. But next few tracks I think I know pretty well, so
Yeah.
hopefully have a better
And
setup.
were you surprised at all, Shane, setting up a move on Kenny out of the final turn in the Mustang, and and he just dropped the hammer? You did get him into turn 2 after that, but were you surprised at the pace of the Mustang when you sort of lined him up out of the final turn?
Yeah, I was, well, what is that, negative 19%
Yep.
power, but I think it was running pretty light this round, so it surprised me how quickly it accelerated, but yeah, like it's a normal Mustang thing, I think.
It is the Mustang thing, and you should know too because you've driven them too, Shane. So you get it.
It surprised me actually. Like when I passed Stevo, I got slingshot on him, not expecting the Lambo to have the pace on the McLaren, but that was all good.
Yeah, and I agree with you as well, mate. The format has certainly spiced things up once again. Asrnz continue to deliver changes throughout the years and seasons with the I guess the innovation and trying to keep this thing going. And I think they're doing a beautiful job. We just saw it there. So yeah, mixed bag. Lots of action throughout the field tonight. But yeah, stunning drive back, Shano, and looking forward to Spa next week, mate. I think you'll go well there based on what we just saw there. So yeah, well done. Cheers for the chat, mates, and good to have you back on track.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Yeah, it's going to be good seasons. A few quick guys here, and Mossy's looking quick too. So well done to him. Catch you guys next week.
Yeah, just before you go, there was a question in the chat box too, Farmer, that came out earlier. Slambo. Wasn't from Farmer. I can't remember who it was from. It was from Mr. Average Isaac. So Isaac Ichikawa. When are we seeing Shano back on a Monday night in LMU?
Yeah, let's focus on this, I think.
Okay. There you go. There you go. Straight up answer from a straight up bloke. Cheers, Slambo. Catch you next week.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Awesome. Shane Frodo, ladies and gentlemen, like you said, J-Man, straight up answer from a straight up bloke, and awesome stuff, and straight up freaking awesome driver as well, mind you.
You bet.
So, look, well, there you go. Look, 2026 has kicked off for Asrnz with their GT3 World Challenge right there. J-Man and myself have fumbled our way through the controls on ACC once again. It has just been a few minutes, and we are up to speed, and we're ready to rock and roll for what is shaping up to be a pretty cool season of racing. J-Man, are you excited, my friend?
I'm always excited, mate. That's it's containing the
That's a worry.
That's the hardest part. Yeah. So no. Hey, looking forward to it, and look, it's a part of the package, right? So MatchFit, you caught it a few times tonight. So MatchFit try to keep himself pretty busy. So alongside our LMU endeavours on a Monday night, our iRacing exploits on a Tuesday, we can now add back in the Thursday night with ACC. So broadcasting through multiple platforms to multiple venues. Obviously, we do the YouTubes. We still have a fantastic alignment with Supercars NZ, GAMAFLARE, and Sky 83 Face TV.
Sky 83, yes, J-Man.
So you can catch us every Saturday at around 3:30 p.m. on Channel 83 as well. So no, look forward to what will be a good season, and yeah, it's always a pleasure to come in and promote what these guys do, and
absolutely,
yeah, alongside yourself, David.
Absolutely, yes. Always exciting stuff going on over here at Asrnz, and they're always mixing it up for the drivers. And J-Man, we miss each other if it's like too many days apart. So here we are. It's Thursday. We're talking again. But ladies and gentlemen, look, and viewers, thank you again. We miss you guys too. If we're not online, we'd love to get your feedback. So Hit us up in the chat box. Obviously, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications. If you're new to the channel, you know the malarkey, guys. Jump on it. We're going to see you next week. I don't even know where they're going. Hang on, I can bring the calendar back up there, and I'll know. Freaking hell, Spa! Ladies and gentlemen, Spa! What a way to kick the season off. I'm Davo, J-Man. We're out of here. Till next week. Thanks for coming. Bye for now.